What's up, dude? How
Well,
you
I'm
been?
I'm doing good. How about yourself, Kurt?
Dude, I'm doing pretty good, man. It is good to
Nice.
see you.
I see you
I
out
feel
there
like I haven't
chill.
seen you in like a year,
Probably a little bit longer than that.
probably a little bit longer than that.
That's my fault. I got into this funk. I got in this weird funk about not being good enough.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah,
it's kind of I don't know. I'm gradually getting out of it. I'm like, yeah. I mean, especially
oh,
since I recently got booked at Casadas, and I'm like, what the fuck? How am I not out
yes,
there?
yes.
So
What like your funk of not being good enough? Is it like comedy wise or
I think I was kind of I don't know, just I guess not being motivated enough, I guess I could say.
okay?
Because
Yeah,
it's not really comedy wise. I've been kind of slacking on my posting on guitar. I've been kind of
yeah. I haven't
slacking.
seen you post in a long time.
Yes, I've been kind of
So I was glad
slacking.
that you emailed me back and everything. So, yeah, I haven't seen you post anything in a while. I love watching your guitar videos.
Nice. Thank you. Thank you. I really
Yeah,
appreciate that.
because you're so damn good. I actually I've been trying to learn how to play the bass. So I watch all my YouTube is mostly like comedy podcasts and bass videos.
Bass videos.
So I watch a lot of Les Claypool, and I'm just like, well, I'll never be able to do that, but
That's hilarious.
it's still fun to watch.
That's what I hate too. Is like, well, I don't hate it. I think it's hilarious when you're just watching videos online and you're just like, this Asian is 8 years old and I have no talent.
Yeah, yeah, it sucks, man. Yeah. Uh, how long have you been playing guitar?
I've been playing guitar for about, I would say, 16 years, 17 years.
Okay. And
So
how
I've
old
been
are you?
playing. I am 35. I recently turned
Okay.
35. Well,
Nice. Happy
in
late
May.
birthday.
Thank you. Thank you very much. With this
Yeah,
face, though, it looks good. So
it
I
looks
got
great.
lucky.
Have you played in bands and stuff?
I did. I used to play in a band. Had a band, a local band here. We called ourselves Causes to Become. Yeah.
Okay.
We took
Nice,
that.
dude.
We took that from, I guess, one of my guitar players was a Jehovah Witness.
Oh
And
yeah.
I guess that's what you're supposed to call Jesus. Is supposed to be called the cause to become, the causes to become.
Huh.
So I'm literally just calling myself God up there on stage.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
God,
mean,
causes to become.
well, at least you had confidence back then.
I know. Yeah, that's true. You should have seen the
Was it
stuff
a
I
was
wore.
it a
Some
Christian
crazy.
rock band?
No, it was just a. We like to call it a melodic death metal band.
Okay.
That's
Cool.
what we were. Very melodic death metal-y.
Okay.
But we dressed like we were in an 80s glam band.
Well, I was hoping you'd dress like Jehovah Witnesses.
No, we went all out, like skin tight, spandex, muscle shirts, and then
Nice.
we would look like we were from an 80s band, but we'd end up
Yeah.
playing melodic death metal.
Cool, man.
It was fun. It was fun. It was a fun
How
time.
how long were you guys around?
We probably played for we started in Taos, New Mexico, and then we
Okay.
moved over here, and then that's when we ended up getting more shows in Albuquerque and stuff. We probably played for about 7 to 8 years together.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
We
Are you from Taos?
I am originally not from Taos. I grew up there because my grandfather lives there.
Oh, okay.
My grandfather lives in a small town called Pinasco with
Yeah.
like,
Okay.
and yeah, I grew up with him from the age of like 18 or 17 all the way till I was like 27, 28.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So it's about 10 years.
Sweet. So you moved to Albuquerque with the band, pretty much?
I moved because of a girl,
Oh, okay.
and then the band broke up.
But the
And
girl did not,
the
right?
girl did not. And then I broke up with the girl, and then the band 2 years later was like, "Hey, we're moving to Albuquerque. Are we gonna do this? Are we gonna get this shit started?" So we did it again.
Cool.
It was fun. It was a really fun time.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
yeah, man.
one of my the guitar player passed away because of drugs. So
Ooh,
drug
yeah.
overdose, and you're just like,
Sorry to hear
man,
that.
that's how a rock star goes, I guess. At least you didn't have to
That's
go
rock
through
and roll, baby.
the hard parts of being famous first.
Yeah. Was he 27?
No, I wish. He's 23. He was
Oh
pretty young.
shit.
Yeah,
Man,
he's a
that's young.
young dude.
That's crazy. Do you have any desire to play in a band again?
I mean, not really. No, I like
Yeah.
I like jamming or doing like streaming online. I like streaming guitar online.
Yeah.
So I'll throw a backing track on, or maybe if I know somebody who like drums or something, we'll like have a jam session and just play for whatever reason. But I've
Okay.
never really had the ambition to start a band again, which everyone says I should, but I don't know if I should or not because I'm getting older. Turmoil, my
Yeah.
lumbar.
You shred though, man. You're good. Um, what about comedy? What when did you start doing stand up?
I started comedy in 2019. So
Okay, and that
2000.
was in Albuquerque.
Yeah, I got just one of those niches. I used to watch a lot of like comedy roast battles, and I thought that was hilarious. The Comedy
Oh yeah.
Central comedy roast battles. So me and my roommate would just hang out and then like watch TV and then like kind of riff off of stuff. And I thought we were like, he's like, dude, you're so funny. You should try doing comedy. And I was like, I don't even know where to start. And I ended up finding my first open mic was the Tito's open mic. I guess on a Sunday is called the. I can't remember what that Sunday mic was called, but it was
Was
at
it at
Boise.
Bosie Brothers?
Yeah, the Boise
Yeah.
Brothers one. I can't remember what he used to call it, but that was my very first open mic.
Cool.
And it was one of those things too. You know how people kind of show up to an open mic before they're like, maybe I should feel it out or whatever.
Yeah.
I went straight in and head first, and it was horrible, but it was still a good experience to start off with.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I gotta send a text message real quick.
Oh yeah, sorry that
Yeah.
your girlfriend's telling you to get off the damn internets.
No.
Just kidding.
No, that's cool, man. I thought about going to like an open mic to check things out first before I started too, but I was like, I'm just gonna. I gave myself like 4 months to prepare, like writing material and stuff, and I was like, I set a date, and that's when I decided to do it. But I always liked the Bosie Brothers one. That was always fun. I don't know if I ever did it when Tito ran it because someone else ran it before Tito did.
Same day?
What's that?
Was it on the same day?
It used to be Sundays, yeah. So I remember doing a Catholic joke one time, like on Easter Sunday. A bunch of people were doing Catholic jokes. So that was pretty fun.
I've been like, I have a niche. I just like, maybe we should just go ask them again to do it on a Sunday because I mean, it was such a good mic on a Sunday. It was really fun.
Yeah.
No,
is it still open?
Yeah, it's still open.
Oh, it is? Okay.
I remember when Tito ended up canceling it, it was because they said that they were tired of open mics.
Yeah, I get that.
The comedy open mic, but that was almost probably 3 years ago.
Yeah, maybe longer.
So it's been quite a while that it's been shut down. I was just thinking like, hey guys, do you guys think there's a comedy boom going on, or would you want to do it again? Maybe with a different format or something. I don't know. I wouldn't really want to do an open mic, more like
maybe like a book showcase or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Kind of like test the waters and see if we can get some kind of thing going on there.
Yeah, it was a cool spot, and it's downtown. Yeah, I always had fun there. I always thought the shows were fun.
So I got a couple questions for you, if you don't mind me asking.
Oh, for sure.
Being the comedy senior that you are, the amount of times you've done it, do you see a difference now with the way comedy was back then to what it is now? I mean, is there a big difference? Do you think that people are trying to push the bar a little more, not trying to push the bar, being a little sugar coated? What do you think?
You know what? For a few years, it felt like you had to tiptoe around stuff a little bit.
Okay.
But I think it's coming back around. I think it's because there's a few years where it was like there was some stuff that I would joke about that people would kind of groan or get offended for other people at, but I feel like that's changing a little bit now. I don't know if it's the crowds or if it's just maybe my attitude towards it, where I'm like, I don't give a shit. I'm going to say what I want to say.
Okay.
And if you like it, you like it. If you don't, I don't care. But when I started, I was kind of like, I wasn't really a shock comic, but I definitely had a few jokes where it was like, I definitely crossed the line just to get reactions.
Okay.
But once I learned I started at a comedy club, so then I would hang out at the comedy club all the time. So I would see a lot of comedy club crowds, and I learned how to adapt my writing style to where it was suitable for like a comedy club. Like I knew what I could get away with and what I couldn't get away with, and stuff like that. Um, so I guess it probably depends on the venues too. Just knowing your crowd and stuff like that. But if you're gonna push the envelope a little bit, you definitely have to be funny, and you definitely want to have the crowd on your side. That's stuff I learned, a couple years into it. Just I had a really good mentor, like the comedy club owner was a great mentor to me.
Okay.
And he liked me right off the bat, and he would give me pointers, saying like maybe you should do this joke a little later in your set, instead of pissing everybody off right away, stuff like that. So
okay.
yeah, so I think it's definitely different from when I started though. I mean, I started 20 some years ago. There's so many more comics now, so many more venues, so many more places to get comedy. There's Netflix and YouTube and Hulu, and just every streaming thing has comedy now. Like back when I started was 2001, and Netflix wasn't even a thing yet, I don't think. So you'd get your half hour specials on Comedy Central every once in a while, but it wasn't, it was a special thing to have a special, and now it's like I could just fucking record a special this week if I wanted to.
Yeah, throw it on YouTube and it'd just be right there.
Yeah, which I do have one called Ginger Snaps. Go check it out.
Yeah, right there. That's how you self-promote, baby.
Oh yeah.
Well then, if that's the case, do you think it's like too oversaturated then? Like it's just so much that it's like people are just like, oh, not this one again, or oh, great, I'm gonna hear kind of this again. Like I don't know.
Man, that's hard to say. I mean, that's probably what happened with Bosey Brothers. They kind of got, they fizzled out. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if it might be oversaturated. I really don't go out to a ton of shows and stuff, so I don't know. It does seem like there's a ton more comics now than there were like when I first moved back here in 2020.
Okay.
It almost seems like it's doubled since then.
Yeah, because even when I started, I remember the most would be in like 9 to 11 comics.
Yeah.
And on the list, and now it goes past 25.
Yeah, I'll see some of the lists they post, and it's like, holy shit, yeah.
Whoa, like do I really have to get there right on time just to make sure? Because like it kind of seems like it's a lot to even just to make sure that you get stage time.
Yeah,
but that shouldn't be that big of a problem, right? Because that's the biggest problem in like New York or LA. It's like you're lucky if you get stage time. You just got to go find it.
Yeah, I mean, there's some people who, I watch a lot of podcasts and stuff where, Louis C.K. would talk about getting on stage 10 times per night in New York City. But he's also Louis C.K. He's not just some schmuck open micer. So, it could be different. But the thing about Albuquerque now is like when I started, there's one open mic per month. Now you can get on stage sometimes twice a night.
Yeah.
Which is great. It definitely helps the comics who are starting out, So the comics who are starting out, there's definitely a lot of them, but they're getting a lot of quality stage time, it seems like.
Yeah, like the reps in.
Yeah, so I think it's a pretty quality scene. I mean, there's some comics who definitely need some work, but who doesn't? I still need work, so.
I always like that, like philosophy is like you can always learn a little more no matter how much you already know.
So. Oh, for sure. I learn shit all the time.
Right.
I've been doing it 24 years and I'm still like, I'll fucking figure something out. I'm like, oh man, how did I not know this?
I'm going to get this fucking baseline. I know I am.
Well, I don't know about that, but
another one bites the dust, dude. You'll feel fine. You'll feel accomplished.
I think I could do that one.
Yeah, you'll feel so accomplished. I promise.
I think I can. I think I know that one.
That and like what's another 7 Nation Army that gets you going.
Oh, that one's so easy.
Yeah, that makes you feel like you're getting good.
Yeah. I like to challenge myself a little bit, you know.
Okay.
Like sometimes I'll look at some tabs and I'll be like, I'm never going to be able to do that one, so I'll just skip it, you know.
Are you
And then,
playing on a 4-string bass?
yeah,
Nice.
yeah, yeah. And I'm still not good at it. I started in 2020, and I'm still not good at it, but I like it. It's fun.
How does one prioritize all the time to just do one new thing, right? It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah. It was easy during COVID, you know, because I didn't have any gigs, and I was
Inside
like,
all
I have
day.
nothing to write jokes for.
Yeah.
So I'll start a podcast. I'll learn how to play bass, you know.
That there yeah, see, that's how it's
Yeah.
done. Before
So.
you know it, you're teaching people how to play bass.
Hmm.
Yeah, you know it.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but I still don't know how. Like, I don't know. I can read tabs all right, but I don't know different shit. I don't know how to tune the guitar or the bass or whatever. I have a tuner on there, but I don't know. I'm not good at shit like that.
Do you happen to know the first 4 string names, like the letter?
Probably DGAF or something.
Close. I mean,
I don't know.
EADG
Yeah,
from
same
the
thing.
top to bottom. But it's
Yeah.
all over the place. If anything, we're just making music. You think they have music theory in India? Hell no, they're just doing whatever they want.
That's right.
They kick ass
Yeah, it's
too.
not like I'm ever going to be in a band or anything or do anything with. It's just something fun for me, you know. I just bought like a cheap bass and I don't
Little
know.
amp.
It's just fun to do every once in a while. Like I'll hear a song and be like, I wonder if I can play that. And I'll look it
No,
up, try to
you're
play it.
you're I know you're really into music, but you're like a more of like a punk kind of music, right? Like punk hardcore kind of thing, or am
Yeah, I
I?
like old school punk.
Yeah,
Some metal. I used to be a big metal head, but
yeah.
I don't know. The older I get, the more mellow I'm getting, you know. So I got to be in a certain mood to listen to metal, or uh, I like to listen to it before a show, though.
Oh
And I've
yeah,
got like a
pumped
little
up.
playlist with a bunch of metal songs on it. Get me hyped up.
Nice.
But yeah, some old school punk rock, old school country. I listen to a lot of stuff, old school hip hop.
What did your parents listen to when you were growing up?
Um, my dad didn't really listen to music. Not that I ever saw anyway. I know he liked the Beach Boys.
Okay.
But my mom would listen to like she's
Can't
kind
be
of
playing that jungle music in here.
my mom listened to like some old school like Kiss and Alice Cooper and stuff like that.
Oh,
But then
nice.
she started getting into country a little more like in the mid 80s and stuff.
Nice.
But yeah, she always liked some of the bands from like the late 70s and stuff like that. So I've always been a big Alice Cooper fan. And I actually lived right down the street from their original guitar player, which was pretty cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so we'd walk by his house before school and after school sometimes. And
That's where he lives.
yeah, well, we'd talk to him sometimes. He taught my buddy how to play guitar,
Oh,
taught him how
dude.
to read music and stuff like that. And he was awesome.
And
He
that
a cool
was
guy.
during the Alice Cooper when he was playing with them or tour or
No,
whatever.
he actually got kicked out of the band like in the 70s. He
Oh,
was like, that's funny because he got kicked out for drinking, which they all did, but he was bad. Like he could
over.
out drink Jim Morrison.
Oh
Like he
man.
was good friends with Jim Morrison. And actually, his one of his sweaters is on Doors album. He was hanging out with Jim Morrison, and Jim got a phone call, said they were doing a photo shoot for their album, and he's like, "Shit, I don't have anything to wear." So this dude threw him his sweater, and then so he's wearing that dude's sweater on the cover of one of their albums. And he never did get that sweater back.
Damn. It's one of those nostalgic things where it's just like, well, the sweater lives on, I guess.
Yeah,
So much for his career.
yeah,
The sweater made it big.
yeah. The sweater was huge. But he did great things, man. He made a couple of those first albums, like wrote Schools Out and a couple of their other big hits and stuff. So that was pretty cool.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah. What kind of music you into?
I'm now that I'm older, I listen to like almost anything, like country, metal, even some weird like gypsy jazz and stuff. Anything that
Oh,
has
sweet.
cool sound to it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I can blame my parents because my mom was really like a radio person. So anything that was on the radio that was a hit, top 50 or whatever,
For sure.
kind of heard in the
I
80s.
used to
So
case them.
yeah, that's so ridiculous because now that I think about it, I'm just like, oh my God, like I know this Ozzy song because my mom used to listen to it, or I know this Def Leppard song because my mom used to listen to it.
Oh, hell yeah.
And then you get into the niches and you're like, oh shit, this whole album of Def Leppard is pretty sick. I never even thought it would be that cool. And
Dude, the Hysteria album is probably my favorite album of all time.
Hysteria, High and Dry, like those guys were sick.
Yeah.
I love music, rock and roll.
Yeah.
Any music is in general pretty cool.
So, who are some of your favorite guitar players? Did you have like any favorites like growing up?
When I was growing up, I kind of wasn't really into guitar players. I was more into just like the whole like heavy metal scene. So one of the bands that really got me into music was Marilyn Manson.
Oh yeah.
I was really into Marilyn Manson when I was growing up. More, I bet, because of the rebellious stage where I was just like,
sure.
yeah, fuck life, blah, blah, blah. And then even growing up in high school, I dressed like a goth, like eyeliner, like horrible, like shaved head, but still had the bangs up to like my freaking chin and stuff. It was pretty bad. I looked like a science experiment. But
how old were you when Antichrist Superstar came out? You would have been like 7 or 8 or something, right?
Yeah, very, very very, very young. I think I remember watching the Antichrist Superstar video when I don't know if you ever remember this TV program called The Box.
Oh yeah,
where they would play music videos and stuff all the time.
Yep.
All day, whatever the case may be.
Yep.
But at certain times you would see like these extreme stuff. And I remember a Marilyn Manson video where he's just ripping the Bible.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just like, holy shit. I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I never really connected it all together. I didn't really know anything about it until I got older. And then my friend ended up showing me Marilyn Manson. I guess Marilyn Manson just came out with like a greatest hits album. And it comes with the song Personal Jesus and Tainted Love.
Oh, cool.
That was the first real Marilyn Manson album that got me into like all of his other stuff where I'm just like, oh shit, Marilyn Manson, he's crazy. He's a crazy guy. And then his guitar player at that time, his name was John 5.
Yeah, he's going to be playing in Albuquerque soon.
Yeah, I've seen him a few times here in Albuquerque. Yeah. At the moment right now, he's working with Motley Crue. He's the second guitar player for Motley Crue.
Sweet.
But that guy was cool too because he had a solo record at that time called Vertigo, John 5 Vertigo.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all just guitar shredding. Like I didn't even know that stuff existed. And I was like, holy shit. It's like he's singing with his guitar.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed that. And then I got more into the niches, like finding out about people in the 80s, like Steve Vai and Joe Satriani and all these guys, Yngwie Malmsteen. I was like, Jesus, this is a whole culture that I'd never even heard of. And then I got into it. And then I wanted to become a guitar god because you know them. It's like, it was horrible. You know, the funny part is you like play guitar to get chicks, but you don't impress chicks. You only impress other dudes. It's like,
yeah, right.
You don't get anywhere with that. So that was my whole introduction into music and stuff.
Okay.
And then my mom was really into country music. And every weekend she would watch the Grease movie, you know, with Johnny Travolta and Olivia Newton or whatever.
Yeah.
She would watch that every weekend and I hated it. It was like the worst experience. I was like, not again. Why are you watching this? And now that I'm older, it's like on my playlist because it was just so much of a nostalgia thing growing up. Because it's like, hey, this is my childhood. You're the one that I want. I'm Danny Zuko. Hey, I got chills and they're multiplying, you know? Bunch of this stupid cheesy but yeah, I love it now. It's like I love it. I can sing every word to it. I can do the dance numbers. Just that childhood where you hated it and then you end up finding out it's actually part of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I'll show you one day.
I hope so, man.
Yeah, I'll just grab my crotch and be like, "You're the one that I want."
Yeah. Make sure that beforehand you say, "Hey, I'm going to do that thing from Greece."
Yeah,
and then,
for sure.
And then do that.
Yeah, I promise. I won't. Yeah, I gotcha.
So you were too young to probably realize how big Marilyn Manson was.
Yeah, I didn't even realize it.
It was insane. Like, because I was a junior in high school when that album came out, when Antichrist Superstar came out. I remember people ditching school to go get that album.
That's
and people
crazy.
getting in trouble for it. And my brother went to his concert in Des Moines, Iowa. Said it was like one of the most insane things he's ever seen in his life.
Oh wow.
Yeah, there were people out there like protesting and shit and like just nuts. I didn't get to go because I was underage, so I was
Yeah,
pretty
you're
sad.
stay home, you can't go.
Yeah, I wish I
That's
would have been able to burn a Bible or two.
Don't you think that's pretty crazy though? How like the transition of shock rock, how you're talking about Alice Cooper and stuff,
Yeah,
but yet Alice Cooper is kind of the transition of Marilyn Manson and stuff. How crazy that was.
yeah, for sure. Because Alice Cooper, I think, was the first one that ever did stuff like that.
Yeah,
And then Kiss
there,
kind of came along, and then
there was another dude before them, but he was more of a blues singer. I don't know if you ever heard of Screaming Jay Hawkins.
Screaming Jay. I'm gonna write that down. No, I
This
never heard
guy,
of him.
this guy was the guy. I know you know him when you see him, but he was the guy who did the cover of the song "I Put a Spell on You."
Oh yeah,
The black dude, where he would
yeah,
always like face paint with like tribal and stuff.
yeah.
When he would come
I
out
never
on,
knew his name.
he used to have skulls all over his set. He would have like this stick with a skull on it that would have smoke coming out of it, and he would just scream, "I put a spell on you."
Oh, cool.
So everyone wants to relate the whole genre of shock rock to that guy,
Okay,
and I can see it too. I can totally see it.
that's badass. I had no idea. I'm gonna
It's
look him up.
Yeah, you'll freak out. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Some of his music is hilarious. I've been listening to this podcast called "The History of Rock Music in 500 Songs."
Oh wow.
I think you would enjoy it too. It's a really good podcast. The History of Rock Music in 500 Songs, and one of the episodes is him talking about Screaming Jay Hawkins and like all of the history of him and stuff. Alcoholic, obviously.
For sure.
The best part about it is like he would go to the studio and sing these songs, and they were like, "You do so much better on stage. Why is it that you do so much better on stage and in the studio it doesn't sound as good?" He's like, "I'm not drunk.
Yeah.
Can you get me drunk first?" And then, so that recording of "I Put a Spell on You," the recording that you listened to from Screaming Jay Hawkins, he's plastered, wasted.
Really?
That's the only way he can sing that good, is because he's wasted.
How funny.
Dude, it's like that
And
whole.
then it's the other way for some people because they they sing great in the studio, and then when you see them live, they sound like shit.
Yeah, right. They sound like Vince Neil.
Yeah.
That's funny. But then you think about it. I don't know if you know the creator of Rick and Morty, how he says he plays Rick's voice. He has to drink while he does it, just so he gets the vibe of getting drunk and burping every couple syllables and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe there is some kind of weird science to it where it brings out more creativity. I mean, some people can do it, some people not. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a show with this guy who does he performs on psychedelics, I think.
Are you talking about Tom Baum?
Nope. He's a comedian.
Well, he's not a comedian if his name's Baum. But there's this gentleman who does that too. He came here.
Yeah, there's a guy named Shane Moss that used to do it. He would perform on shrooms and stuff. So I don't know the exact details of the show I'm doing. I don't know if I'm performing while I'm all shroomed out or whatever. I might just be opening for the guy, but
okay.
I'm interested to see how the show is. Should be pretty fun. Have you ever performed drunk or high or anything?
A little bit, and I know I'm not the best. Like I can even see in the recordings where I'm just like, I forgot timing. A couple words probably get slurred.
That's my thing. Yeah. Like performing stoned wasn't bad, but it was like the Cottonmouth was bad.
Horrible.
Yeah, so you stumble on some words, and the punchlines don't hit as much. But drinking is like, I've had some bad ones with that. Like I had a show in North Dakota one time. I think it was North Dakota, and these dudes. I was so tired. I slept like an hour the night before. Then I had to drive 13 hours to this gig.
Oh, geez.
And it was really smoky in there. Everyone's smoking, so like my eyes are watering really bad. So I closed my eyes during my set. I was like, I can't keep my eyes open. So I'm performing with my eyes closed, and then so as I'm performing, this the waitress comes up and she taps on my shoulder, and I open my eyes, and she's got like a tray full of Jaeger shots, and she just hands me the tray. And I was like, what is going on here? She's like, oh, these guys got you these shots. And I was like, okay. I wasn't a big drinker at the time. I'm still not. And like, I don't want to look like a pussy in front of all these guys. They're like big old oil workers and shit.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck it. I downed 5 of them, dude. And like they kicked in like right away. And I don't remember the rest of my set, but I remember because it was like a 2-man show. I told the headliner, I was like, hey, I'm gonna go pass out like right now. So
I'm so wasted right now.
I was just like, I'm gonna sleep as much as I can right now, and I'll see you in the morning. So
would something like that at a bigger show, would that entice you to drink like that again? Like, say if it was a bigger show, it's a great crowd, and then all of a sudden that same scenario comes up where they're just like 5 shots. Is that something you still would kind of consider, or more like
right now? No, I've only had 2 drinks the entire year.
Okay.
It's not something I enjoy.
Even if in the background, like, don't be a pussy.
Yeah. I think, I don't know how I'd react to that. Like if they just brought it up like that. I was like, I'll do them afterwards or something like that. And then probably just give it back to the server and be like,
hand these out to somebody.
Just take the money and dump this back into the bottle.
Take the money and run.
Yeah, I know a lot of comics will have like they'll say like, hey, if someone wants to buy me a shot, just send me up something that looks like alcohol and I'll drink that or whatever.
Oh, that's good. So you kind of let them know beforehand too?
Yeah. So like I think Sam Kinison sometimes he would act like he was drunk or whatever on stage because it sold more drinks. So the club would make more money. But his beer bottle was just water in there. So he's just drinking water or whatever. I think it was Sam Kinison would do that, yeah.
That's a pretty fun
he's
idea.
Like pounding water and everyone's like, oh man, this guy's all fucking drunk having a good time. Let's get more beers.
Let's all get on his level.
Yeah, let's do a pile of cocaine afterwards.
Yeah. Woo!
Oh yeah.
Do you have any I don't know, like I guess like war stories or anything that happened on stage that like kind of caused a conflict, maybe, verbal or physical?
Yeah, I've had 2 times where I got attacked. One time was during a corporate gig in Albuquerque.
Oh geez.
Sarah Kennedy was there. She was opening for me.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was a corporate gig. I forget what the company was called. But there's a dude in the back who kept saying stuff, and I thought he was like just playing along with me. Like, so I kept talking shit to him, and he goes, he said something like, "How about I cut your balls off?"
What?
And I was like, "Yeah, that'd be fine." And then he like stands up and starts coming towards me, and it was like a big banquet room at a hotel. And like, so there's not a stage or anything. I was just kind of behind a podium.
Okay.
And so there's like a microphone at the podium. He actually came up there and he pulled out a little pocket knife.
Little a Swiss knife.
Yeah, dude. And like dude, he was like a foot taller than me too, big old cowboy. And he actually grabbed my pants, like where my penis would be.
Oh geez.
It disappeared at the time.
She went straight into your body.
Yeah.
Defense mechanism.
So I like just backed up and I was like, dude, what the fuck, man? And then he just went and sat back down and like nobody did anything. And I was like standing there and I was just like, well, I guess I'll keep doing the show since no one's going to do shit about this. And I wanted to get paid because it was a corporate gig and it was pretty decent pay. So I just went on with the show, and I every once in a while I'd poke some fun at him when I noticed he wasn't paying attention or whatever.
Yeah.
Get a couple jabs at him. But yeah, it was super weird. And then there's a lady in Oklahoma City, I think it was. She just I was featuring, so I was going in the middle, and she just kept saying dumb shit, like ruining my jokes. And it takes a lot to piss me off, but she ruined like 3 or 4 jokes, and I was just starting to get really pissed off. So I just said, I was like, hey, if you're here, who's guarding your meth lab?
Uh,
And she got fucking pissed. Like she stood up and started coming towards the stage, and I don't know what she was gonna do, but luckily that club had a security guard, and he came over pretty quick and grabbed her and stuff and kicked her out and everything. But yeah, afterwards I was selling merchandise and stuff, and like a couple of her friends came over and they're like, you're pretty spot on with that meth lab jab. We're pretty sure she has a meth lab, and they're like apologizing on her behalf and stuff, and they felt embarrassed because they brought her with,
yeah.
Some people are just like that, you just say one wrong thing or whatever, and they for some reason think it's about them or something, and they just they snap, or they have too much alcohol and they want to be the center of attention or whatever. I don't know what it is. It's hecklers are weird. It's usually an older white lady too. I don't know why.
You're like, they just have that tendency.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like, you know what, just if you want to be heard or something, start a podcast or some
Right.
shit.
Yeah, to go talk to your husband again.
Yeah, right. Probably murdered him.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've had a couple things like that happen, but I haven't been punched or anything yet. Nothing like that. So
Well, I mean, if you've done it this far, I think you're in the fleeing clear for another couple months.
we'll see.
That only happened once to me though, but somebody got offended because they said it was their birthday, and they're like, "It's my birthday," and I was like, "Oh, great! How old are you?" Because you look 50, and they were not 50. Obviously, they were like in their like mid 20s, maybe going on 30 or whatever. And he threw a lighter at me.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, and it hit me in the chest, and I was like, "Well, obviously you're insecure." And then that's when they told him that, "Hey, you have to leave. You're being really reckless and stuff." But there was only the worst part about it is there was only 3 people in the crowd.
Oh wow!
So it felt kind of like, well, obviously you came for this. You came to get physical with somebody. You didn't come to get laughs or anything like that.
Yeah, because you only had 2 people show up at your birthday party.
Yeah, and you were obviously upset that they weren't here for you. They were here for me.
Yeah.
So it was funny. It was during COVID when they were doing shows at the where the old dry heat used to be. I remember Kevin Kennedy was trying to put on shows there for a while during COVID, where he's like, "Oh, like it's all in the down low. We're all doing it down low," and it's just like, you posted it on Facebook. How fucking down low is this?
Yeah. I remember that spot. Yeah.
Do you follow any of like the comedy scene things going on like around I don't know. Well, I'll just bring it up. You a big fan of the Texas comedy scene going on right now?
What part of Texas?
Well, the only one that matters apparently.
Austin?
Good old fashioned Austin.
Well, nah, I mean,
it's so big that everyone's going to Austin.
I mean, I watch a lot of podcasts, so I hear stuff that's going on and things like that, but I don't know. I always liked Austin. My daughter grew up near Austin, so I always liked going there and stuff and performing. I haven't been there since Joe Rogan and all his fucking dildos took over. But I don't know.
Before they got there, what was the main club there? It was the Creek
Cap
and the
City.
Cap City.
Yeah, there was Cap City was like the main club, and then they had the Velveeta Room, which was like downtown on 6th Street.
Oh, okay.
Velveeta Room was like a cool little independent club, and then Cap City was like the one that had like some of the big headliners coming through and stuff like that.
Okay.
So there's only 2 clubs, and then I used to perform. Where did I perform? I can't even remember the name of the place now. A buddy of mine from Austin, he actually died of COVID, sadly. But he would bring me out, and I'd perform with him sometimes at it was called the Anderson Mill Pub or something like that.
Oh, okay.
And I was able to do spots at Cap City and the Velveeta Room and stuff like that. It used to be a really cool scene. I mean, I don't know if it is anymore or not, but I mean, I as much as I hate Kill Tony and Tony Hitchcliff,
I hate Tony Hinchcliffe, but I kind of like the show. I watch a lot of it. That's probably my
I watch
problem.
when my friends are on, and I like that it's helped out comics like Casey Rocket and William Montgomery.
Yeah,
'Cause I met those guys before they,
we're big.
got famous and stuff. So, um, I really like those guys, and I got to work with Hans Kim. He was super nice. So, I do think it's cool in that aspect. I've never been a fan of Tony Hinchcliffe. I've never met him, but a buddy of mine knows him pretty well. They used to perform at the Comedy Store all the time. And he just said he was kind of douchey, and this was before he got famous too. So I can't imagine like the level of douche he's at now.
He is. I'm pretty sure he's probably a total douchebag. Like
for sure,
he totally seems like that,
big time. Yeah.
But I do enjoy the show. I kind of I like the the randomness. Apparently, the randomness of the bucket. I also do like the guests because I always like that somebody says Tony doesn't make the show, the guest are what make the show.
Yeah.
So like special guest or hey this guy or this one. So I feel like that aspect of the show is really cool. Yeah, Tony has a big head and I don't like Tony, but that's to each his own.
Yeah, and then so we'll probably get on the show one day, and then this podcast will surface, and then he'll be like, "What?
You remember that time you took shit on my podcast?" Or it's gonna be like that computer chip in his brain. He knows automatically when everyone talks shit about him.
Oh yeah. He's got like people scourging the internet looking for people talking shit about him.
Literally.
These guys are talking shit about you on this podcast. Only 8 people listen to.
Do you have do you have like a kind of a favorite comedian or someone you look up to? Someone you kind of like a lot, I guess you can say?
Yeah, I mean, not right now, really, I guess. I really don't watch a ton of comedy anymore. But, I like Theo Von a lot. Mostly because I met him, I worked with him and stuff. And I know how hard he works. So, like seeing his work ethic and seeing, like, the success he's had makes me happy. And so I don't know, that's kind of a cool thing, like seeing him go from like he's a pretty well-known headliner to now he's like selling out arenas and shit. He's like interviewing presidents on his podcast and shit like that, like he's at the level of famous where I'll probably never get his new phone number, you know what I mean? And another guy like that is Chad Daniels. Like I've known Chad for fucking 20 years, probably almost.
It's one of those things too. I saw him on Kill Tony. That's how I know of Chad Daniels.
Oh yeah.
And he had like that controversy with William Montgomery or
whatever.
Which
is so funny because I know both of them.
Yeah, that's so hilarious.
And it was such a weird thing. Like I don't know. Because I feel like they like had they met in a different circumstance, they would have gotten along. But they met that way, so it's like a weird way to meet and not like each other.
Yeah, that's so true.
Because like they're both kind of like performing, so it's like I don't know. I think like if they would have met, like done a show together and just hung out in the green room, they would have been fine.
Yeah.
But since it was like that circumstance where I don't know.
Well, we saw it. William Montgomery comes out and starts talking shit like he usually does.
Yeah.
And Chad didn't know that was going to happen, especially when it was directed towards him. Like, oh, why don't you say something funny, Chad?
Yeah.
And then I would get upset about that too. I mean, especially, you're a comedian who does really well. Obviously, he's on Kill Tony for a reason.
Yeah.
So I could totally see that as well.
Yeah.
I have a big problem of following all of that comedian beef and stuff. I have like
it's hard not to, man. It's
Joke World, the stupid Too Lazy to Try, Elephant Graveyard. Like I follow all of that.
Do you watch? There's one I just saw last night. I think it was Podcast Cringe, maybe.
Yeah, I follow him to death. He even has a Patreon that I want to join because it's so crazy.
Yeah, and it's like every time I watch it, I'm like, I enjoy it, but I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah,
like, why am I watching?
I'm so invested in someone else's life right now.
Yeah, It's like it's cool because I'm in the same world as these people, but it's like I'm not on their level or anything.
That's a good
You
example.
know,
Like the level, like we're in the same world, but it's obviously like it's going to take us a while to knock on their door before they even let us in or
for
look
sure.
at it or whatever
Yeah,
the case may be.
yeah. But I guess it's good to know that stuff in case you do ever get on that level. You could be like, "Yeah, Mark Maron is a piece of shit, huh?"
Yeah. That's right. Theo Von would interview Hitler and say something like that.
Yeah,
That's funny. But then again, you have those scenarios, right, where like you become famous in the weirdest of ways.
yeah,
Like I've heard the story of Ron White didn't really become a real comedian until after his 40s.
yeah. Same
That
with Rodney
blows.
Dangerfield.
Yeah, see, that blows me away. I'm just like,
Yeah,
you're not late to the game on Hill. You just got to get out there and do it.
that's right, dude.
So
You just got to get out there and work and do the shit.
that's
And you're
true.
funny. You're a funny
Thank you.
guy.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you. You gave me one of the best compliments on my one-liner about the Japanese one where I'm just like Pearl Harbor.
dude, that is so funny.
Yeah. And ever since then, I was just like, I know I can do this.
Yeah,
Kurt Fletcher said I had a good joke. How can I
yeah.
not?
It's one
How
of
can
those
I?
jokes. I think about it from time to time. And I was like, man, I wish I fucking wrote that joke.
That's so cool. I love that,
Yeah,
and I love it so much.
yeah,
I really that makes me very. I'm blushing. That's all.
yeah.
I'm getting hard. I'm very
It's
hard
good,
right
man. It's yeah. Well, it's good to know too that you have that ability in you to write a solid joke like that.
now.
Like because I used to struggle with confidence. Like, man, what if I never write a good joke again? But it's like I'll write another fucking good joke again. Might take a while, but I've
I
got it
can do.
in me.
I can do it.
Yeah. Like when I actually sit down and try to write, I can pump out some pretty funny shit.
What?
Like even if it's not a joke, like if it's just something to make my nephew laugh, I can just
Okay.
sit down and type something out and be like, "Hey, look at this," and make him laugh.
What's a good writing process for you when you start writing comedy or trying to even work on jokes? Because you're also known as the one-liner guy too.
Yeah,
Like you have a lot of those in your repertoire as well.
I
Like,
do. Yeah, I'm actually like I just talked about. I just had another podcast I recorded. I'm trying to write some stories. Because like when I first started out, I did have a couple jokes that were like stories, and I didn't like that style
mhm.
because the story wasn't funny till I got to the punchline. So that's kind of when I decided to be a one-liner guy. So I was like, I'll just cut out the bullshit and just tell the funny part. But I've had a lot of funny shit happen in my life, like funny stories and stuff. So I'm trying to make it into material. So that's a new process for me that I'm just kind of now starting. Like, so it's definitely new because one-liners they're not easy, but it's like easy. The process of writing it is easy
And the
compared to
structure's
writing.
a little easy too, right?
Yeah. Because you figure out the punchline and then you're like, okay, just write a setup line real
Yeah,
quick.
or right around it or whatever the
Yeah.
case may be.
So like that part's easy. Like coming up with it isn't easy, obviously, and like coming up with the clever stuff. But yeah, so I'm working now. Obviously I'll still write one-liners and things like that, but just trying to work on stories and I mean being able to perform it too is gonna be different. You know what I mean? Like but there are some jokes that I do. I've got a couple jokes where they started out as one-liners, and then I'd add to it a little bit, like add a tagline here and there, and then all of a sudden it's kind of like a little story.
Okay.
So maybe I could do it like that. I don't know.
And there's no real. That's what I love about the comedy thing is like there's no real right answer of how to write it.
Yeah. It's like like the older I get to, my style might change. Like look at George Carlin, how much his style changed over the years, and from when he started out to when he got famous and stuff. And I think that's good for a comic because you can change. You don't have to be the same dude. You don't have to be the same character or whatever. You can change things. So it is nice being known as a one-liner guy. There aren't many of them out there, so it's kind of cool to be in that category too.
Okay. With that being said, how do you feel about musician comics, like a dude that brings a guitar on stage? How do you feel about that?
I know a lot of people like feel like it's hacky and shitty. Um,
I don't know
do you
why,
feel
but
that? Do you feel that
well,
way?
yeah, I kind of do. I kind of feel like I've always felt like with the guitar, I can get probably way more laughs than I would without the guitar, and that kind of feels a little hacky to me. Like it's just it's so easy. I feel like it's so much easier.
Yeah, but I don't know. To play guitar and to sing at the same time sounds like it would be extremely difficult. Plus, making it funny.
Okay,
Plus, pausing in the right times to make wait for people to laugh.
the timing.
Yeah. Um. So I don't know. I mean I think it'd be fun to write funny songs and stuff like um because they're like Nick Thune. Is that how you pronounce
Uh-huh.
his name? Super funny dude. He's got a lot of funny songs.
Okay.
Um, and then there was just talked about him on the last podcast I did. Stephen Lynch, I think his name was. Used to have a lot of really funny songs. Oh, John LaJoie. Have you heard of him?
I don't think so. No.
He's got a super funny song called "Show Me Your Genitals."
Okay.
Um,
And that kind of becomes more of like, because one of the things you hear in comedy a lot is like, I can't do the same joke after a while, but when it becomes a song, that becomes more like it can be done over and over and over again,
yeah.
right?
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's the thing about musicians and comics. Like, yeah, you as a musician, you always want to play the hits, but as a comic, you're like, I don't want to do this joke every fucking night.
Or they know this joke every night. Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't put the same energy into it. You're not excited about it. Like, I remember a friend of mine pointing that out to me when I was performing one time. He goes, dude, I could tell when you're excited about a joke, like or a new joke that you have, because you get excited. And I'm like, I was like, yeah, I need to learn how to do that for all the jokes,
Okay.
because I heard a long time ago. I feel like it was Dana Carvey or maybe David Spade or something, but I think it was Dana Carvey talking about um, how you should perform your joke like it's your first time performing it, like have that level of excitement every time you perform it, which is obviously hard to do. You get sick of telling the same old jokes all the time, and
Yeah.
but yeah, the crowd can tell. Like if you're delivering, like, yeah, here's this shitty joke again.
Here we
they're
go
gonna be like,
again, guys.
yeah. So I've definitely, my attitude I think has changed on stage a lot. So I used to take on the energy of the crowd. If there's like a bad energy crowd, I'd be like, here we go, this is gonna suck. But a lot of times, like if you put effort into the performance, you can change that crowd.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like you can really. It's like they're there to laugh. At most shows you do. You just gotta fucking give it to them. Like give them something to laugh at, and then I feel like if I can get a laugh right away, usually goes pretty well. So
What is it? You have what, less than 10 seconds to get them on your side?
I don't know if there's a time frame, but yeah, people say that all the time. They have a different time frame.
Yeah.
I've been told like as like a solid headliner, you want to get a solid laugh every 15 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think it's not bad. 4 laughs per minute.
Do you kind of follow that structure in all of your jokes writing and stuff, or do you kind of it just kind of comes naturally as you're up there? Like you're just like, okay, I'm getting 10 laughs per minute or something like that. Like you don't actually break down the math of it, do you? Or do you kind
I
of
used
like
to.
you
I
used
used
to?
to. Yeah.
Okay.
Now it's just like I don't know. I feel like it's a waste of time to do it now because I know what jokes work and which ones don't usually. And
Okay.
but yeah, I used to all the time. I used to be like really dorky about it. I would keep track. I still record every show, at least the audio, but I used to like rate the jokes too. Like, so I would keep it in a little folder based on which comedy club I was at, whatever city I was in. So like the next year when I go back, I can open up the folder and see what jokes didn't work and which ones worked better, so that I could base my set list on that. Um, which was very helpful to do, but I kind of stopped doing it because I could usually get a feel for, I know what's going to work and what's not usually in different places. So
Okay.
yeah, it's just, I don't know, it just takes time to figure it out. And that's the one good thing about doing jokes over and over again is the cool thing is like also like you could put them in different spots in your act and see if it works better at the beginning or in the middle or the end or whatever. Like I like
Yeah.
doing that sometimes. Like because I used to be very structured where I wanted to do it in like a certain order, which helped me memorize it that way. But once I started getting more material, it's like, well, I'm going to change it up and stuff. And then once I started doing that, it's like, well, shit, you can do a callback to this joke here and then this and this, and then that works better there. So, changing it up, helps a lot, And then I don't know, I might be just talking out of my ass, but
You're like, this is from experience, but I don't really know.
I mean, it worked for me, just trying different jokes in different spots and stuff. And,
Do you go predetermined right away? You're just like, I'm going to try something different, or is it kind of on the stage kind of
it's usually predetermined.
predetermined?
If I'm just like, I don't want to do those jokes in that order at this show.
Yeah.
So I'm going to fuck around a little bit, open with something different, see what happens. Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. And it's fun. It's fun to do. It's fun to, you kind of get out of your comfort zone a little bit too, because I'd be used to doing the same jokes in the same order. And then when you don't do that, you're like, oh shit, this is different.
Is it kind of you feel a little off rhythm stuff too, kind of?
Yeah, a little bit. But I mean, I've got the jokes in chunks where like these jokes go well together. So I know that, for at least 4 or 5 minutes, I'll have the crowd pretty solid there. There might be like a weird little pause in between where I'm getting to the next chunk that I'm not used to doing right after it or whatever. But I think that makes you a better comic, like doing stuff like that,
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I don't know. Yeah.
Insight, baby.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. So you said you're doing some shows coming up?
Yes, I have Casadas coming up the 17th and 18th. I'll be
this weekend?
No, of October.
Okay, good, because this episode's not going to come out till the 24th.
Yeah, I'll be on October 17th and 18th.
17th, 18th. Okay, so dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'll be doing a show with Josh Adam Myers. You ever heard of that guy?
Oh yeah. Okay.
The Comedy Jam dude.
Yeah. I saw him in Tulsa one time.
Apparently, he's looking for the only reason why they called me is because they were looking for a comic who could play guitar very well.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, so that's why I got the call. They're like, hey, I think he wants to do improv riff at the end with somebody, and we're looking for good guitar player. And I was like, please tell me I'm down. I'll totally do it. And they're like, make sure to save these dates, blah blah blah. He'll get a hold of you and we'll plan from there. And I'm just like, sweet. That's dope. This would be the second time I got to perform at Casadas.
Nice, dude. That's actually who I was texting earlier when I was texting somebody was Christian from Casadas.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you have anything coming up there?
Not at Casadas, no. Hopefully soon.
Okay.
I just did a headline spot there, which was awesome.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was fun. But yeah, I don't have anything on the book. I don't have anything booked in Albuquerque right now. I just have some stuff around the state, and I'm going to Taos and
the burger stand.
Yeah, have you been there?
No, but I want to go.
You want to go? You want to open for me?
Dude, I'm totally down. I would so love that.
Okay. Do you have a car?
I do. I have a car.
Do you want to drive up there? I don't have a car right now.
You don't have a car right now?
No, I don't have a car right now.
What time is it?
I think it's at like 7:30 or 8
on a Wednesday, right? Or a Thursday?
Yeah,
I can get off that day.
It's a Wednesday.
I can get off that day.
Yeah. Okay. It'll be the 24th, the same day this podcast comes out.
24th. All right.
Yeah. I'll pay for gas and everything. So
Let's do it. I'm down.
Sweet,
Hell
dude.
yeah. Opening up for Kurt at the burger
Burger
stand.
King. Yeah. Hell yeah, dude.
Yes. Give me a
I
tight.
went up there. I opened for Eddie Stevens up there a few weeks ago.
Okay. How did that go?
It was awesome. It was a cool little spot, and you get free burgers. So
Nice.
Yeah.
October
Yeah.
24th.
Sweet, dude. Thanks, man. Yeah.
No, thank
I'll
you.
pay for gas and everything, and I'll kick you down a little cash too.
And that's the best part about comedy, right? Is that's how you end up getting other gigs and stuff. You're like, hey, I got to go this way. I was like, hey, I've never done that spot. Do you want to do that spot? And
Yeah, for sure.
I love that. That is so sick.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Sweet, dude. Well, we just hit an hour, so I'm gonna probably stop it because I've already done 2 podcasts today.
All right, before we stop, I have one more thing I want to talk to you about.
Oh, for sure.
These are just things I think. I don't know. You tell me your opinion. What are things that need to have a Yelp review that don't have a Yelp review?
People.
Okay, that's one. Like family members
sure.
or just random people. You're like, you should be like, I should be able to Google Kurt Fletcher and see a good Yelp review about him. Is that what you're trying to say?
Maybe not me as a person, but me as a comedian.
Okay.
But I think comedians would be good to have a Yelp review.
Comedians of public restrooms, maybe, right? Can I take a shit here? Is someone going to do drugs next to me? Is that more enticing to take a shit here?
That's good. Yeah.
I don't know. I've been trying to work on something with that. Yelp reviews.
Okay. What do you have? What is your list?
My list of Yelp reviews would just be, again, family members that I don't like. So I got to make sure, like, oh man, if you're going to go meet my cousin, go check his Yelp because he's an asshole.
Okay.
And then the other one that I have was public restrooms because, like, I don't know, I would think it'd be gross just to go like, oh man, I got to go use the restroom all the way on Central and 8th because they have great toilet paper. It's what the Yelp says. And then the other one I was thinking of is just like your neighborhood lawn care. So like if your neighbor has a dirty yard, you're just like, this guy gets 2 stars because of how well he keeps his yard clean. So I'm kind of
neighbors with like animals that are annoying.
That's a good one. Or do you have an exotic animal? Let me find out on Yelp right now. All right, here comes the baby tigers and everything.
Yeah. So you can figure out what that weird noise is.
Other people's animals. Nice.
I like the family member thing too. Like, would it be like an anonymous thing or?
Maybe one of those things where, like, say you're introducing your girlfriend to like your family. You're like, hey, this is my family, but before you meet them, you better go check the Yelp review because I don't want you to not expect anything or something like that. Yeah, but it wouldn't be like, that. It would be kind of niche where it's like, oh, hey, I'm trying to introduce you to my parents, but before you see them, you should read the Yelp reviews because they're good people, I promise you, but the Yelp reviews are not that great.
Maybe have a section where it's like, if you were to eulogize this person, what would be like a positive that you would say about them? And if there's nothing you can come up with, then it's like,
you're just like,
damn. They get a 1 star.
Nice. All right, Kurt. I just wanted to riff a little bit with you, see if we can do some stuff. I appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure, man. That was fun.
I would like you to come do my podcast sometime.
Dude, I've been on your podcast. Remember MuseMe TV, right? Are you still doing it?
Yeah, but we should do it again. I mean, I got a little bit better equipment. I've got a little bit more different setup. So, I mean, I would just love to have you on again. Do it again.
Okay, I'd love to, man.
Maybe bring the bass and we'll jam.
Dude.
I have the setup. You can hook up right away and you'd be straight live right away.
Just don't make fun of how bad I am.
Another one bites the dust. Here it goes, baby.
Here's 7 Nation Army.
Again. Kurt, you're the best, man. Thank you so much.
Dude, thank you, man. I'll see you next Wednesday for sure. I'll get you all the details for that. And then, dude, if I'm in town, I'll come see you at Quesada's. I'd love to see you perform and see you jam out at the end.
Yeah, that would be cool. I'm really excited about that part too. So it should be fun.
Hell yeah, buddy.
You guys know what to do. Follow me, MuseMe TV. Catch you later.
Yep. See you, buddy.
Bye.